Hi, Aquarius. What's up? Welcome, welcome. Aquarius, honey, darlings, sugar plum, etc. It is time to do your love energy check-in for you and the one on your mind for the end of July 2024-ish, or whenever you clicked on this reading and decided to come and hang out with me for a little bit, because my readings are timeless and meant to find you when they find you. All right. I do appreciate you for being here, and feel free, of course, to scroll around, put timestamps in the comments if you want. Help yourself, do what you like, because I know my readings do get a little bit longer than most, and that's just because we do everything here. I'm going to be taking a look at the week ahead for your work, your money and finance side of things, plus the Aquarius is dealing with a past love, the Aquarius is dealing with a new love, and then we'll come back together to get a future influence and an outcome for the reading for you guys. All right, so if you would, please and thank you, love to like for me. You don't have to. I know it puts me in your like videos, and people are like, why do you watch Archer? But maybe at least in your top 3. To double tap the screen here on TikTok, thank you for being here. Please come and join us on the YouTube channel at Archer Astrology. We'd love to have you. And also here on the channel, subscribe, set the bell to all notifications, and please feel free to share the channel with that one person you would like to see happy, healthy, and healed. I would totally appreciate you for that. All right, we got room for everybody. And definitely set the bell to all notifications, because we go live Mondays at 5 p.m. Eastern for the pick a card readings where my decks pick you, and Fridays at 5 p.m. for the all signs, of which one is coming up in just a few hours. So I look forward to seeing you back here. All right. Now, Page of Swords, all of our channel as much as you like. Everything is neatly prioritized and organized to you, from your readings, the pick a cards, and the healing music base covers with Bill over here. He's a Gemini, so we're cool with him. He's all right. But we got the greats, the Beatles, Caitlin Petty, Casey Muskers, and more. And if you are on TikTok, feel free to follow Caitlin along at Kate Petty. And every so often, it's cool to take a little break from the cards and just relax. You can't help but walk away from a her concert without a smile. Okay? So, I appreciate you for being here. And if you would like to book a personal private reading with me, you can email me at archerastrology@gmail.com. I do offer both the Zoom one-on-one readings as well as the traditional private YouTube links. Okay? So, let's do it to it. Oh, by the way, too, if you're going to be in Michigan, join me this Sunday in Allen Park. I'll be with the Michigan Psychic Fair. We're going to be at Prestige Banquet Hall. It's at 6600 Allen Road in Allen Park, Michigan. We're good. All right, let's go for it. For you, Aquarius, I tried to knock the intro out as fast as possible, but it allows me to connect to the energies. That's why I do all this stuff on camera. And that's why you can scroll around and timestamp as much as you like. Help yourself. The comment section is all yours. All right, so let's do it to it with the Archer Dozen spread. And all messages are for the highest and greatest good of you and the ones on your mind, of course, all those affected. My dominant program is the preservation of human life, and we only fly the friendly skies at Archer Airlines. So, tray tables up. It is go time. Let's do it. Here we go. All right, Aquarius, what gave me the title card that you need to have your phone nearby you and expect a message? Because that's when I sat down to meditate, that's what I got was, all right, what do we got for Aquarius? I got a message. I'm like, don't pull my leg, God. Don't do that. And God's like, I'm like, okay. All right, so let's see what's up. So, Aquarius, what do we have for you and the one on your mind? Across the board. Let's do it to it. Here we go. 2 shuffles. All right, ready? Let's do it. 1 and 2. Let's love this deck for the auspicious, awesome Aquarians. Friend, Romans, Aquarians, lend me your ears. Let's do it. Don't really lend me your ears. You can keep them. Over the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. Gemini energy on this here. So I do see you being able to overcome things and leaving a lot of past mindsets behind. Okay? Planetary shifts are happening right now because you have been dealing with a lot with Pluto. Like Pluto started going into your sign, then it started wavering back into Capricorn, and just when you think you got a break, then it's going to come back into Aquarius. But then it's going to set the tone for forward momentum. So you might just be feeling a lot of stuff that you're working to overcome with the Queen of Swords, where you've kind of put some people in check, or you'll be able to. Little confidence comes in, and you're just kind of like, come at me. Come at me if you got a problem. Like the complaint department's right here. All right. The Queen of Swords does show you're going to have some confidence approaching, and the Judgment card is right underneath that with your card, the King of Swords. So I do see a divine outcome. We've got a divine couple of the King to the King and the Queen of Swords. Okay. So this is somebody that's on your level and actually learns to speak Aquarius. I like that for you. All right. So let's go for it. And that Judgment card, remember, Judgment cards in my decks, that's Revelation 20 in the Bible. That's the 20th card in the tarot deck too. So that does show that the Pluto shifting in your sign, out of your sign, and back into your sign, you're leading the way to bring in the next generation. All right. total Star Trek vibes on that, which I never really watched the show. But anyways, let's go. Let's see what we got. All right, current conditions at Aquarius. The Emperor. You are bossing up. Look at you go. Thomas Andrews, the grand designer of the Titanic. Honorable mentions to Alexander Carlisle, of course. But this shows that you are making notes and learning from your past to improve your future. You know what you want, you know your worth, and you know who you do and don't want in your life. Thomas Andrews had notebooks on the Titanic that allowed him to make improvements on the Olympic to the Titanic and then improvements on the Britannic to the Titanic. So it's showing that you keep learning from the stuff that you have been through. But the Emperor is Aries energy. So I do see off of this, you've dealt with a lot of cardinal energy, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, and Libra, and maybe even more runners in the Boston Marathon. And you've just kind of needed some time to yourself to get your thoughts in order and perspective. All right, so maybe you've been quiet and you've had friends or family asking about you, being like, hey, Aquarius, where you been? What's up? You're like, I'm right here. What are you talking about? And then your friends are calling you and you might be like, oh, gee, I'm sorry, and letting phone go to voicemail or something. Maybe that's part of what the messages are. You might just have a lot of outstanding voicemails or text messages in your phone because you do have a lot of eyes on you. The Emperor's a boss. The Emperor's the one that's usually on the podium, on stage, that's got all the focus pointed towards them. All right. You might actually be a painter or a photographer too. Maybe you enjoy being behind the camera more than in front of it, because for one of the very first times, I'm being guided to the photograph that's behind Thomas Andrews' head, which definitely technically should be the approach to the new world. But in this case, it's a picture of the Titanic. So whatever, creative license. Maybe you take a little artistic license in what you think and what you do. All right. Now, what are the immediate influence? The energies in the skies that are around you that are playing with your head like it's a stress ball. Knight of Swords. Walter T. Stead. I totally butchered that name, but that's okay. I speak tarot, not English. But this does show Aquarius energy, that you are in your own power, and like in a way you're playing a little bit of chess, Maverick style. Doing some of the things maybe in your work life or even just with love that others say can't be done. Because Maverick's the one that shows up when somebody says the course can't be ran in 122 flat. That he's like, hang on, hold my aviators, I got you. Runs the course with enough time to go to the piano bar afterwards. Maybe I'm talking to an Aquarius right now, like you've got your like either you've got your sunglasses on your head or like you're walking around being like, where in the world are my sunglasses? Oh, they're right there. Okay. But this does show that you're doing the impossible, the things that can't be done. You might actually be looking into on the work home front. So I do see an Aquarius that like kind of like you've been through so much in love that you're just like you're focusing on work. But maybe you're like a writer or a novelist or something, and you're trying to look at ways that you might be able to capitalize on the ideas. I do see a little bit of like self-publishing, Amazon, Kindle type of a things. And with the Knight of Swords, I also actually see you being able to take it to a next level and like recording audiobooks that people can buy and purchase too. You might have a neat little side gig going on that you're working to see if it would like grow into something more. I do see in here that it possibly could. You just need a really good microphone. But yeah, this might actually be a little bit of a side hustle. I see right now like your work life is like kind of maybe taking priority while you work to like come unstuck from a lot of stuck feelings, okay? Which does indeed take us to the current work situation. What's going on in your work life? The Six of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Trying to get something to come together for a little bit of the meeting on the minds on this one. So I think what I'm seeing with this, because the Six of Pentacles is checks and balances, you know, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, kind of making sure everything is in proper perspective, okay? Maybe you like an underwriter in the mortgage industry, or if you're still in writing, maybe you write copy. You might be like have a podcast, or you actually work in media or something. But I'm seeing on this one here that you've been through a lot of bullying in the workplace too, that you're trying to keep your balance and composure because you don't like feeling like you're the outcast and everything. You don't understand why people don't understand you, basically. And you've been dealing with a lot here. There's a lot of people around you. And notice the green color on the table, which I don't think those were actually green. I'm pretty sure they were red on the Titanic, but I'll double check my blueprints. I've got them. Doesn't everybody? But on this one here, like I kind of see that green color. Maybe you've got a lot of people around you that are like kind of jealous of your abilities because you do have a different way of approaching things than all other 11 signs, right? And maybe that gets some people around you a little green, or you and them might have green eyes. But right now it seems kind of going Incredible Hulk on this one. Or somebody just really likes Marvel movies right here. But yeah, there's a lot of jealousy in the ranks and your success, your dedication to your work. Maybe some people are just kind of like intimidated by it. And so they'd rather talk about you behind your back and you're kind of like, I don't understand what's your problem. It's 6 Pentacles. You know, this is like, can't we all just get along? Literally. But we'll pull into that a little bit more and see what's going on. Okay, for the Aquarians that are dealing with a past person, what have we got for you? The Nine of Wands, Sagittarius energy. Somebody is a little closed off and guarded with the past here, but I do see you're heavy on their mind, okay? They're feeling a lot of the heat and the pressure of the silence between the two of you guys, and there's no time in tarot. So for the Aquarians that are dealing with a past person, it doesn't matter if it was yesterday, a year ago, 4 years ago, 9 years ago. Get the one on your mind. You are allowed to think about whoever you want, and the readers just pull the energy. But this here shows they are Sagittarius-like. They're feeling the pressure, and you're very heavy on their mind. There was a lot of heat down there in those boiler rooms on the Titanic, okay? They're really thinking a lot about everything that they had accused you of and everything they like kind of accused you of doing in the past, that now they're starting to feel a little bit of that heat, that they're kind of like realizing that they contributed to a lot of this too. So I do like that. I see they're coming through a little bit of an awakening, but they're totally checking you out, okay? Because the Nine of Wands in my decks, that's Wilson from Home Improvement. You know, hanging out behind the privacy fence, okay? You or them might even, like, maybe you have a privacy fence, you're getting one. Maybe you, like, do a little yard work. Maybe you're just cleaning up your yard or something, like trying to, you know, put a little feng shui into your home inside and out. But this shows they're watching you, okay? Because they're kind of, they're almost to a point of completion where they have learned their lessons from what they did. They're only one card away. They're just that Ace of Wands away from getting there. So they're awakening to the passion that they have for you, and also realizing kind of what they did that resulted in being closed off, okay? Energies around them, they're making them feel that way. Temperance. We have strong Sagittarius energy on this, all right? But this is the card of the law of correspondence in the tarot, Temperance. This shows that they're realizing how they used to treat you in like a not so great way, and that they weren't manifesting from their highest self, okay? They might have been more into bantering or jokes or like kind of just put downs, which they might have thought was really cute. But they're kind of realizing like, oh, you know what? I really kind of did. I was kind of mean with some of the stuff I said. Okay. Maybe like some of their jokes didn't go over too well, you know, but they are working through that. Temperance is going from the standard, you know, whatever negative energies that they were transmitting and putting out, they're getting into a higher level, more optimistic, more adventurous, more positive, okay? Sagittarius is not so much the card of patience. That's actually the Hanged Man. When you look back into Rider-Waite's early years, back in the beginnings, just when he was a little rock and roll band in Hamburg, close enough for government work. But during the Tarot de Marcel, temperance was described as that law of correspondence and being on a much higher level, that regardless of what comes at you, you know, you just kind of Miranda Lambert, bless her heart, and you stay positive. So they are learning a bit of humility. They're learning a bit of gentleness and like learning how to love a little bit too. So I do like this. They're making the best of a bad situation. And for the Aquarians dealing with a past person, they are trying to look for a new sense, a new way to approach this that's more optimistic, fun, and adventurous. So props to the cross watcher. You guys, they're not all the way there, but they're working on it. So we're going to get some more details to find out, like, are they ready where they could come in? And if not, why haven't they reached out yet? Okay. Now, for the Aquariuses that are dealing with a new person, either they're in your life already and you're wondering where it's going, or you're single and wondering where, like, what's incoming, what's on the approaching flight path for you. Hopefully the new person doesn't use Microsoft or Delta. I'm sorry, Delta. Anyhow, meanwhile, we have the Six of Cups. There is a deeper connection between you and them. Scorpio energy, okay? And now, even though this is the easy way out would be to say that, oh, wow, you guys have a deep soulmate connection. Maybe in reality, in the past, you've dealt with your twin flame or a karmic twin. That was your lessons, your teacher. And you have actually found your soulmate. You're choosing to go the soulmate route of the twin flame journey. And whatever you choose, the choice is right. It's all good for you. But the Six of Cups is actually that ability to go inside internally in Scorpio energy and to clear out what a tarot reader trying to use the fancy power vocabulary would call the generations of karmic debt. In reality, they're just coming out of some childhood programming. Maybe they grew up in a broken home and they were in more of a stuck place before you guys met each other. And they've learned to overcome that they kind of want like a two-person relationship and an income. They're clearing their mindset on this one and clearing out some of the energies to go forward, to have a union, okay? There could be kids involved, or they've actually already kind of done a little dreaming about, like, it would be kind of neat to have a family with Aquarius. This would be kind of fun. sort of a thing, okay? And I do see there could be an age difference between you guys on that with the Six of Cups. And I see this new person's love language is gift giving. So be heads up that like I'm seeing an Aquarius that you might have never gotten flowers yet, right? Like literally. With this new person that's either just now recently in your life or like approaching, I'm going to buy some more 1-800-Flowers.com stock because I got a feeling get ready to receive because I'm seeing that their gift giving is not like major big stuff, but those little I've been thinking about yous. Like they show up with a gas station flower. Just be like, hey, I stopped to get gas, but you were on my mind, so I hope your day was well. And you're like, stop it. That sort of a thing, okay? Energies around them. The Five of Cups. More. Okay, so the past person, we've got strong Sagittarius. New person, we've got strong Scorpio. Or straight up could be dealing with a Scorpio Sagittarius cusper on this. But the Five of Cups, it does show like in the past, they've had to walk away from a lot of stuff that they didn't want to, but they've had to overcome a lot of adversity, and they are taking things from a much more positive perspective. I've always thought it was unfair that you and Scorpio always got the sad cards in the tarot. Five of Swords, everything's a bummer. Six of Swords, you need to think differently. Seven of Swords, those are actually really good cards to see things from another perspective. It's Aquarius energy, right? Same with Scorpio, 5, 6, 7 of Cups. It's all sad energy. It's seeing those things from the other angle. The Five of Cups here shows that they've had to walk away from stuff that they felt kind of rough about, right? Feeling like they missed out on the boat on some opportunities in the past, but they've persevered through it. And like even how this guy's watching Titanic sail away, which in reality, even if he had shown up when Jack and Fabrizio did, he wouldn't have got on the boat. Everything was already tied off 5 minutes before the thing pulled away. However, this is even though he felt like he missed out on a chance. Maybe you guys had a little bit of a false start where the first time you guys talked, if you're already talking to this person, they kind of just like they fumbled their words and then they walked away being like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I said that. That was so silly. But 5 days later, this guy will be just walking down the street in Southampton, England. He's going to see a newspaper and he's going to look at that newspaper and go, oh my word, I missed that boat. Right? So this does show that they have had to clear some energies out and they're coming into a clearer mindset. Okay, they might be a little quiet, little recluse, little closed off, little nomadic, strong Scorpio energy. But I do see that their focus going forward on this one is about you. And maybe you guys met like online. Maybe you're an Aquarius that's been trying some online dating and this person might already be hanging out in your messages. And they're sitting there being like, man, I really wanted Aquarius to answer, but they didn't. Archer, why didn't they answer? But maybe you're just like fumbling through a whole lot of Johnny Bravo pictures with the muscles in the mirrors like, hey, what's up? And you just didn't notice that they're hanging in there. I do see communications coming in between you guys, and this could actually wind up being kind of a more youthful energy. There could be an age difference on both perspectives. So let's come back together and see what's happening as we go forward. Once you all come into union, whether you're dealing with a past person or a new person coming in, what are we doing? The Seven of Wands, Leo energy. Robert Hitchens shows up defending his lifeboat. All right, this is the one here that literally you guys are protected going forward. And in tarot, the way I read it, the Seven of Wands, it's like I read stuff in reverse. Wouldn't it be cool if the gear wheel would actually spin me backwards instead of just slowing me down my voice? But the Seven of Wands is what protects your Six of Wands victory that you worked so hard for in the Five of Wands to achieve that Four of Wands wish that you've tried to work to manifest. This one here is just like he was a little nervous, and you guys might be a little nervous in the future going forward, a little bit of Leo energy, cat's got your tongue, right? And a little curious about how to proceed. But this was simply Robert Hitchens protecting his lifeboat because he was afraid the thing would get swamped. But then Molly Brown stood up and he almost got thrown overboard. So I do see you guys taking a chance, not literally getting thrown overboard, but taking that risk, taking that chance and going for something here, okay? So it is protecting what you have worked so hard to manifest and also what they have too, because you guys have both been rather hurt, rather injured in the past or kind of like made out to feel like you're an option or second string, all right? Now, going forward, what are the future incoming energies on the connection? The High Priestess, really? Really? I give you so much. God knows I don't do High Priestess. Okay, so there's a little bit of secrets hiding behind the scenes here. This would probably be that surprise message I'm expecting. In your case, I'm getting an extra card on this right now. The Two of Swords. Okay. Yep, this is cutting out the stuff that no longer suits you. The Two of Swords is the energy of like no more Mr. Nice Guy or girl. But this is the side of the sword that cuts, that you leave the past behind to go forward. So I do see this as somebody kind of nervous to send that first message or the DM, but then you also take your Ace of Swords up and you answer it. and then it ignites, and the catalyst that goes forward shows that I do see you might actually have like a friend or a third party, but the good kind of third party that's a friend that's trying to play matchmaker. Like I've gotten a lot of my friends together, and I am going to now get Aquarius together. But I do see if you get an invitation to an event, or even if it's like a graduation party or an outing, anything like that, you may want to consider going. I mean, I'm just your tour guide. I'm not here to tell you what to do. No tarot reader should. I'm just reading the map for you. But I am seeing that if you go there, there could be a little bit of stuff being orchestrated behind the scenes, playing the world's smallest violin, that actually is bringing you guys together. Whether it's actually your person that's playing Will Smith gone hitch, or it's God actually putting a couple things in place to bring you and this person together at just the right time, I'd see it might be worth giving a shot to go. You might even be like into holistic energies or healing or Reiki. I'm seeing a little bit of Comic Con type energies too, that you might just meet up with this person like based on a hobby or an interest or a passion that you guys share. That's a little bit not the norm, right? And it's just how you guys connect. Okay. I guarantee you there was a high priestess on the Titanic, because there was a lot of people that talked about having premonitions of the boat sinking or even knowing it. Ava Hart's mother is a very good example of that. She literally changed her entire sleep schedule to make sure she was up at night because she just knew something was going to happen, and she was right. So I do see if this is that one that you're thinking, oh, Archer, there's no way that person is the person that you're talking about. Literally right there. Expect the unexpected on the high priestess, okay? You might also have a magic 8-ball still. Because I'm looking at the crystal ball. But like maybe it's like on your keychains, or you still have one at your house, your office, you know, the can all signs point to yes type of a thing, okay? That'd be so cool. If you do, go grab it and check it real quick. And if it pops up with the all signs point to yes, that's going to be cool. All right, so the environmental factors of how you're feeling, the Lovers, Gemini. Now, the Lovers card is not the easy peasy of just, oh my gosh, yay, we love each other, let's go. This is more like the Lovers card is the roller coaster ride of the tarot, because it starts out with that first nervousness and anticipation of going up the ramp, and then the ups and downs that is life. But you do wind up getting to the end of the journey, because the Grand Architect designed that roller coaster to thrill and then also to return you safely to your destination. So this here is Ida and Isidore Straus. And this is a very fun little side note on this one, because the whole reason that Macy's department store star is red is because these dudes here, this dude and dudette, were the founders of Macy's department store chain, the ones we still go to and shop at today. And because the White Star Line basically took both of the owners, Ida and Isidore, away from Macy's, there was actually a very big deal at Macy's department store when they lost Ida and Isidore Straus. They painted or changed the color of the Macy's star to blood red. Apparently them and White Star Line didn't get along. However, some of White Star Line is still up at Mackinac Island in Michigan. So, you know, everything, the beat goes on, Sonny and Cher style. All right, but this does show that you guys are coming to the end of that like long up and down roller coaster ride, and you guys make it safely and can go forward together and have a pretty positive outcome. Then I do see some fun and adventure, maybe even going to an amusement park or something like that. And just some date nights, some adventures. Maybe there might be some plans to travel in the summer. Maybe you already made some travel plans. But yeah, this is the ride that you guys were destined to find each other and go through it. Okay? That takes us towards the inner emotions and how you will feel on this. Whoa, 2 cards again. Aquarius, you're making me work for it. The Devil to the 5 of Pentacles. Taking that risk to come out of the cold. When I see these 2 cards together here, it does show that you guys met in a very unusual energy. Because you see how on the Devil card, there's a stewardess down there in the boiler room? All right? But this lets you overcome those burdens and the struggles, the fights. It's Frederick Barrett after he finished shoveling out coal bunker number 6 to get rid of the fire that was in the coal bunker, which was not in any way, did not contribute to sinking the ship. They were very known for self-combustible coal fires in boats back in those days, and it didn't do a darn thing to the boat. All right? This is also overcoming some of those, the preconceived notions. I see you and the one in your mind have both dealt with a lot of people being like, oh, well, did you know Aquarius did this when you in no way did it? You guys overcome those and shovel the coal bunkers clean and realize going forward what you guys mean to each other. The 5 of Pentacles in Titanic shows those first-class passengers that originally were like, oh, nope, I'm not getting in that little lifeboat. I'm going to stay on this big, safe, warm, unsinkable ship. But then you guys come together and you open that door, hop in the lifeboat, so that you guys can go forward once your drinks start tilting on the table, and all of a sudden everybody's like, that's not supposed to happen, right? So you guys do get to work on this, and you eliminate Casper the Silent Ghost. All those energies of the people of the past timeline, the ones whose block lists were bigger than their contact list, who actually like would never make resolutions, would never reconcile their things. They were just some people that, you know, instead of taking responsibilities, they had to have a villain in their story. They'll be just fine back in the old Earth as you go forward to the new Earth with that one in your mind that gets you that judgment card. You've got some strong Capricorn, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Scorpio energy on this reading, okay? But the High Priestess there is the one that could literally be any sign. Oh, got you, Mama T. All right, let me grab that. Thank you guys all so much for the super chats. I love you guys. We'll definitely dive in and get a couple super chats, which also winds up being a neat little bonus. I don't do extendeds. I don't do bonus readings. I don't even know what a Patreon is, anything like that. You get the whole reading, beginning, middle, and end. And I know they get a little long, but I like to cover all the grounds for you guys, okay? I don't like two-part episodes. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. You could be dealing with an Aries, could be another Aquarius, or you're just like in your own power, which I like. You've got Sagittarius and Scorpio as well as Leo hanging out. Taurus is here, Gemini, with a little bit of Virgo, but just for flavor, okay? So, Flavor Flav, let's go. What do we got? All right. And actually, when I heard Flavor Flav, I saw like a clock, like them big old school alarm clocks. So maybe you or them have like either like an Apple Watch, or maybe you or them really like your timepieces and you actually have a collection of watches, okay? You know, even the high-end stuff like Movados, Rolex, where they're actually timepieces, not just clocks, that sort of a thing. Or you live by the clock, or you always set your clock 5 minutes early. All right, so let's roll. Give me everything you got on the Emperor to the Knight of Swords onto that Six of Pentacles. What's going on with my Aquariuses? Let's shake the tree, see what squirrels fall out. Here we go. Ten of Wands. Wow, a lot of Sagittarius in this reading. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Wands on the Judgment card with the Page of Pentacles. I told you, you're going to be kind of surprised when this happens, okay? Look, that's Harry Styles showing up, getting busted eating the powdered donuts, being like, whoops. So the Page of Pentacles is that message, looking at it and thinking about it. So I do see that maybe you possibly already have gotten one, or the one in your mind is sitting there trying to type it, rewrite it, and I think they might wind up doing a little bit of an accidental, whoops, oh, hit sent by mistake. God might make their thumb do a little something, something. This does show that you're tired out and just focusing on your work because you feel like you've done all the work that you can. Eight of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands. And I could be talking to an Aquarius that like you will haul all those groceries in one trip. You don't care how much stuff you bought. If you got to close the car door with your foot, you got this. You're going to haul this into one trip, one and done. But you're tired out from this too because of all those runners you have dealt with. Like maybe even like you're over the stuck feelings, the Ten of Wands. You've really literally gone Nine of Wands to the Ten of Wands with that past person especially. So even if you're dealing with a new person, you might just be kind of curious what's going on with the old person. So we're checking in. But with Eight of Pentacles, you're doing that work. Maybe you're a dancer, or even like I'm seeing like hula hooping. That might resonate as well to you. But you feel like there's nothing more you can do to the connection. Ten of Wands. You've really tried. You've given it your all. You've given it your best on that Emperor energy. And you're feeling a little guarded. Nine of Wands to the Knight of Wands. You've tried ways to apologize, to reach out. And if you're noticing feathers on your pathway, that might be something to check out. And also pay attention to the color of the feathers. The colors resonate in very different energies for you. See the peacock back there? That does show me though, like they're so far down their own well, kind of, that you kind of almost had to wish them well, let them go on their pace, and just try to do the best on your own. But you still feel them. You're still connected into their energies. Even if you are an Aquarius looking for a new person, something keeps you guys together. And it's got you almost feeling a little bit like lost, stuck, a little lost in space. You know, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Don't make me do that, Aquarius, with the robot arms. That might resonate to you, though. It's whatever. I got you. I love reading for Aquariuses, so it's cool. But with that Judgment card of the Knight of Wands, you're working to make an offer that you want. You are going into the new Earth Dolores Cannon talks about. Maybe you checked her out or something. But in this one here, you're just wondering if the battle is even worth continuing. The Knight of Wands can be very tired out from everything they've gone through. You've faced a lot of adversity lately, but you are rising above it. You're doing so much better than you think. All right. You or them could be born on the 20th. I'm also seeing the 9th. The 19th comes out. The 8th and the 11th are here. And could be dealing with Scorpio, but also some fixed energy definitely comes in. Even though the Judgment card in the traditional tarot is Scorpio energy, I see it not only as Revelations 20 in the Bible, because it's the 20th card in the deck, which talks about cutting out the snakes of Revelation 19 to go into the 20 years, the 1,000 years of peace, that sort of thing. I actually see, ooh, Six of Wands, nice. I actually see the Judgment card as mutable energy, Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo, because you go forward in harmony while not forgetting the past, because you can't like CIA mind black, Sharpie marker everything out, but you can learn from it as you go forward towards your Six of Wands victory. All right, Leo energy. Caitlin Petty showing up, getting a country music award on this one and being like, I'm the new artist of the year? Yes, so cool. Okay, but you could be dealing with a Virgo too, possibly. There's strong Sagittarius energy in the Sag and Virgo are hanging out big time. All right, it's just like you've had so much adversity that you've like had to turn around and like spin it back in other people's faces almost. Okay, so let's see what we got on this. Page of Wands, the World card. And the Star card. Oh, you are a boss right now with the Nine of Cups. You may not realize it, but there is a lot of blessings coming in your way, okay? And there's a lot of people that have made you the villain in their story. I do see in the past, this could be any kind of a noun. People, person, places, thing. A lot of those that like, they had to make you out to be the villain. And they just didn't understand you, but they also didn't want to take accountability for their actions, whether this was in the workplace or in the love place. But you are a guiding light for a lot. I don't see so much that you're the traditional standard light worker in that you're here to get people into their dark nights of the soul. I see you as a guide. You might be a teacher or a mentor, even a social worker, but I see that you're kind of the person that when people are already going through an awakening, you're that one that leads them towards the light. All right. You might even notice as lighthouses on your path, either real ones, or I'm even just seeing like those yard decorations. I think that came out for Capricorn earlier too, so especially if you're a cusper energy. But I do see that you're like the guiding light in the storm for people as they're going through the rough times. And even though that means you've invited a lot of people not so great into your energy, there's a lot of rewards returning for what you've been through. Like God knew you could handle these tests, even though you're sitting here going, gee, thanks for guessing. But he knew it. You've made it through that storm. And you've led a lot of people to like realize what they contribute, their actions, and you also awaken people to some of their deepest fears. But the rewards for it coming in are the World card, the Judgment, which is a successful union for you. All right, so I do like that. I know it's been a lot of work, but there's some blessings coming in for you. I'm seeing repeating nines too. Number 9, number 9. So you or them could be a life path 9 or a 10, possibly. And you or them born on the 21st or the 20th. The 16th and the 18th are here, as well as the 13th and the 3rd. All right, but that Page of Wands does show that you still enjoy your passions. So let's see what's going on in the workplace. Because maybe right now with a lot of these Pentacle cards that you are just kind of focusing on your work and the stuff that's like in the energies. The Knight of Swords just popped out, which is a repeat on the Knight of Swords. When I get repeating cards, that's God telling me, keep going, Archer. You're on message. Don't stop now. Michael Jackson energy, don't stop till you get enough. Queen of Pentacles does show that you've dealt with some bullying in the workplace. Three of Swords to the Hermit card. The doctor house of the Zodiac. Maybe you or them are a doctor or a nurse. You work in the medical field. But that Three of Swords, see the bullying you've put up with? You've been there. You've done that. You got the t-shirt. And you're kind of getting over it, right? Maybe actually when this one here, maybe like with the jealousy in the place, like I'm seeing an apple tracker. Okay, if somebody's done that to you, okay, they're completely off the Richter scale at that point. That's like crazy. But it's like they're definitely at least like they worry more about what you're doing than what they're doing. They never did learn how to mind their own pace at work. Okay, and so they definitely keep checking into what you're doing. They're doing some childish stuff, and it's like, don't you have more important things to worry about than what Aquarius is doing in the workplace? And the problem is the jealousy just comes out because they can't do what you do. Nobody can do what you do. You're basically an all signs reading, okay? You basically pull the energies from anywhere, and that might be why you're just so darn smart. And the other people just can't do it. And so you got a little bit of that going on where they never had a situation that comes in like that where they had to, and so they're projecting themselves onto you. And you might think actually that nobody has noticed this, that Hermit card, like, wow, management's quiet, nobody pays attention. It could even be straight up a boss that is like not so nice of a boss. And you're like, what's he got against me? What's she got against me? That sort of a thing. But on this one here, it's almost like you're in a runner-chaser relationship in the workplace because even your management sees how good you are. And it's almost like you're better than your boss. And so they might feel intimidated of like, you might someday take their place and they might be kind of left out in the cold, you know? That sort of a thing. And they could be a little nervous of you becoming the boss. The teacher becomes the student. The grasshopper become a wax on, a wax off, you know? So they might be a little nervous of that. But let me see what might be going on in this one too here, okay? Let's see. You might actually work for like like an essential worker too. You could be like police, fire, EMS or something. All right. If you're too hot, call the police and the fireman. That song might resonate. I like talking to you, Aquarius. Your readings are always fun. Strength card to the Queen of Cups to the Justice card. Yeah. Oh, I dig it. Okay, Cancer, Leo energy. Those two are kind of never far apart from each other. But Libra shows up to split the difference. Okay, you have a lot of major arcana. So actually, yeah, Aquarius, I think it's totally like you got a boss jealous at you a little bit. Okay? Because they know you're good and that you're going to kind of either overtake them or rise above them, and you're going to wind up being their boss. And I do see that with this one here, that it is very possible that the higher ups or HR or like regionals, generals, and whatever you're doing, they might see this and offer you a promotion, or even I can see this from like if you're self-employed, where like you're in a competitive area, like whatever field you're in, there's a lot of competition for it, where I see you overtaking the competition. And the competition, whether it is a boss or it's just an equal competitor, I actually see them kind of closing down their part of the operations. So like for a projected outcome on this here, like a regional, like a higher up reaches out to be like, wow, we've noticed you've been doing really well, Aquarius, and we would like you to have your boss's job if you don't mind, or a transfer or something. I see a lot in the energies that change to bring the justice for what you've had, where that not so nice, the jealous energy in the workplace, it's going to kind of disappear. They're going to give up, close up shop if you're self-employed, and you're taking the power back on this one, okay? The teacher and the students get to swap plates, especially if you are in the learning field. And if you're self-employed, the competition just is going to slowly phase out. Okay, there's a lot of changes right now over the course of the third and the fourth quarters in the business world, that the real ones will hang in there and follow the energetical waves. The ones that are still stuck in an old narrative, they're going to slowly go bye-bye. Okay, but you might get to see them again later. They might be at a reunion later, or just check them out in the nursing home someday, 100 years from now. Who knows? The Queen of Cups shows that the love of your job and what you do, you transmit that out. They know you're not faking it. Even if you are self-employed, whatever it is you do, you have a deep love for it, and it shows. The other ones are just kind of phoning it in, all right? So the rewards here I do see approaching that actually they'll start out right now during Leo season because the sun's already in Leo, and by Libra season, your work life's going to be totally different, but in a good way, not like a don't worry about it way, but in a good way, all right? So it's a really good time right now to just roll with the flow and keep doing what you're doing in the workplace, because there's stuff going on behind the scenes higher up, and that is it's letting stuff just kind of work out. Okay, so stay on point. You're really good on this one here, and you're going to make a really good boss. All right, could even be a little bit of some changes here too. All right, so let's do a little past life stuff here. Let's see what's going on with the loves of your past. Okay, give me everything you got on this Nine of Wands to the Temperance card. Very strong Sagittarius energy on the past person. Let's see what's up. The Two of Cups, Cancer energy. The Ace of Wands. I'm only giggling because y'all, if you've been here for a minute, you know what the Ace of Wands means. There's a lot of fours too, that there was a period of rest needed. The fours are the in tarot, okay? This is the point where a lot of rest and work was needed to like recover this relationship, okay? And I do see they're heavy in their mind. They definitely, totally, in no way, shape, or form have forgotten about you with the Ace of Wands coming out, okay? You still kind of get to them. And I see that there might be some photos of you. Maybe you guys exchanged pictures back in the day, or just text messages. With the text messages, they do a lot of replaying. Like this is the stereotypical, they remember every word of that day, because they literally do, okay? But when the side of the photos, they still got those pictures, okay? That's fine. That's between you and them. I won't tell, okay? Ironclad, your secret's safe. I got so many secrets, I'm going to need 2 caskets when I go. But they totally still got the pictures. Okay, so I do see a little bit of a reunion energy here that are in the ethers over the course of like literally pretty sooner than later, over the next 2 weeks or so. There's a lot changing behind the scenes, because this is the energy of you guys coming together in divine timing, where you might wind up in the same place at the same time. And you guys get to talk about this, because in the past they accused you of a lot of stuff, didn't they? The Five of Cups is back. which ties to the Five of Cups for the new person. So I see for a select few, a group of my the Pisces, Aquarius cuspers especially, but about maybe 5 to 10% of all my Aquarians that are listening, that your new past person is coming in a new energy, okay? And with the way I'm fumbling the words between here, trying to connect this, there's a lot that your past person is returning and they're in such a good new form that I can't tell. Okay, very strong mirroring on this one between you guys. And a very wise Aquarius once said, that age-old philosopher, flem fou fast. That guy. I think he was Chinese. But this here is that ability that mirroring is not being each other's polar opposites. It's actually like the Lennon to the McCartney, that you guys come together and your energies are so similar, the same frequency, right? That you guys propel each other forward at the same pace, okay? John Lennon and Paul McCartney were very good examples of mirroring. Their passions kept each other going. You know, John wrote Strawberry Fields and Paul's like, I see what you did there. I'm going to write Penny Lane. And they kept going. They bounced those beautiful ideas off each other. So this person is, I see a strong mirroring between the two of you guys, that when you guys do come together, might just be bumping into each other, but you guys overcome this where it's like, why did you do what you did to me? Why did you do that? But just hush, kiss me. That sort of thing. Which kiss me is the YouTube safe way of saying, you got their Ace of Wands chakra activated, okay? The boom shakalaka chakra is energized, okay? But yeah, the Four of Cups of the Four of Pentacles does show me that there is nobody else in their life, okay? Captain Dry Cup shows up. They had a hard time showing you love. You think they've really been showing it to anybody else? They accuse you of so many things that they were accused of in the past that they had to deal with and work through, that simply putting you through so much due to their abandonment issues, and I also see a little bit of addiction issues. Maybe you or them. Nah, no. Is it you or them? No, this is them, because I just saw a shot of Fireball whiskey or a Kentucky Mule. This is them. This is the past person. Maybe they had a little bit of drugs and alcohol addictions that they needed to work through. Captain Dry Cup, but they've done their work. Maybe they've gone through 12 steps or they got their chip. Because some people can't change. The only people that can't change are the people who say people can't change. Try telling somebody with their chip that they can't change, you know? So to the past people of Aquarius who have actually done that work, or you got your chip, or you've recovered from some substance abuse or anything of any kind, props to you. That's a lot to do. That right there gives you like, I like it. It's cool. I do see here on Aquarius that you are the one that actually wished them well. Whatever it was you said to them, this is the Nine of Cups where you saved them on this, okay? And whatever they came through this here, for that little bit of time, Spirit had to yellow and blue make green seal. The connection had to be put on hold because they couldn't let them hurt you anymore, Aquarius, okay? That's why you guys haven't spoke yet, because they're still doing their fours, the rest, the recoveries to come through it. So God put the connection on hold. Yellow and blue make green seal your guys' hearts. Put it in the freezer next to the chili and wait until they've done the work to come back in correct. But I do see on that Five of Cups, they missed the heck out of you, okay? The Four of Pentacles does show that in the very near future, 2 to 4 weeks, very possibly, which puts us still in like Leo, early Virgo season, maybe around the full moon, which will be in your sign at the end of the month of August, that I do see them reaching out here. And there is a possibility to rekindle this spark between you guys. All right. You guys can rekindle this Ace of Wands shaka. Yeah. Okay. And it'll go right this time, because they realize they've accepted responsibilities for what they did to contribute to the situation, and they've cleaned their act up. Props to the cross watcher. Any cross watcher that awakens and is like, oh, wow, I was the problem. I was the greatest common denominator. Props to you, man. If you were here, I'd shake your hand. I like it. All right, so I do see they're looking pretty well. They might have a little bit of a fear of contacting you, very possibly. And maybe it's just kind of hard to make. Maybe you're an Aquarius that speaks multiple languages. Because I'm seeing that scene in Anchorman where it's like, Baxter, you know I don't speak Spanish. But maybe they just had a really hard time learning how to speak Aquarius, right? Or that movie might resonate to you. This is that fear of reaching out. The moon card is the fear of the unknown, the monsters under the bed, those fears that the sun card illuminates. So I do see they're a little nervous, and you guys might be on moon cycles where one of y'all is happy during the new moon, the other one not so much. Then the full moon comes around, and the other one of you is happy, and then the other person not so much. So your guys' sync cycles are switching, okay? You or them could be born on the 1st. I'm also seeing the 15th, the 14th, the 9th is here. Now we got 3 9s on the table. You're 1 9 away from being that close, okay? The 4th, the 14th, the 24th also hits. And I'm seeing the 2nd and the 1st. All right, so let's see what's going on for the Aquarius is dealing with a new person. Here we go. The Wheel of Fortune. This is definitely the rewards. And there is that group of you that the new person has made it through the Wheel of Fortune, and they're coming in as on the new energy. Magician, Page of Pentacles. There's our other 9. The only 9 right now is missing. 9 of Swords. Someone tell Caitlin she's on in 5. Staring at the ceiling is coming. I feel it. Ace of Pentacles. This is confirmation on a new love and a new ambition with the Fool card that you're actually going to like this one. There's a lot of fun energies here. You might be noticing butterflies, or you or them have a butterfly tattoo possibly. And heads up for balloons on there. I'm actually seeing that this might resonate to, like, this new person is like ready to release, okay, and give you some love. I'm seeing that the great balloon release in Cleveland back in the late 80s, where they didn't check the weather, but they tried to set a world record, and it kind of went a little off kilter for them. But still, I see that the large balloon might resonate to you, or you actually will see balloons overhead, or hot air balloons, or even just like on a baby stroller at a carnival or a fair, something like that, okay? Like somebody that is missing just like pops out of the woodwork and shows up. You or them might live near a river walk, or could have a date night along the river possibly even, that shows up. I don't know. Interesting. Okay. I won't worry about looking for your picture on milk cartons. But with this here on the Fool card to the Ace of Pentacles, this is confirmation on new. And definitely watch for coins on your pathway. That's letting you know you're getting closer. The frequency of the coins that you've been noticing, those are important. All right. Maybe this is you or them, like golf or pickleball, even possibly, that you're kind of, this person's kind of active, kind of outgoing. You know what I mean? It's coolness. But I am seeing off of here that they've been through a lot, and like they've had to make some of the toughest decisions in their life too, to step down on things with the 7 of Pentacles. They're a bit quiet. Maybe they've already had a past marriage. Maybe they've already had one under the belt. But with that 9 of Wands, I do see, again, confirmation it can tie to a group of an Aquarians dealing with a past person. But with the 7 of Pentacles, though, I see that you guys share some similar interests. Sunflowers may resonate to you or them. And I actually do see going forward that this will unlock a lot of changes in your guys' life. All right? So they just had to do some healing on their way. They could be a manifesting generator. So for the Aquarius is dealing with a new person, you might actually be the manifestee. Kid you not. You might be the one that like they called in, and that's why you kind of feel like, why does my life keep going weird and changing, and what's going on? What is up with all this stuff? Because like there's some things happening behind the scenes that God has been putting into place that slowly brought you guys together. The Wheel of Fortune is like a skywalk in an airport, in that it's always going, it's always moving, and you can choose to hop on it or walk around it at any point. You can even face plant it. Not saying I've done that, but the ones in Nashville International move fast. I plead the fifth on that. But yeah, this shows that even they have done the work. Double confirmation to clear all the stagnant energies with the Magician card. And they've done it with like, they have been through a dark night of the soul that you could write a Netflix about. I kid you not. The Magician is the MacGyver of the Zodiac. It's not about having all the tools, okay? I got a lot of friends with all the tools, spend a lot of money on their Snap-on tools, and they haven't got a clue how to use them. The Magician here shows they've done that work with whatever they had at point. The Magician uses what he has at hand and knows how to use this stuff. Okay, paper clips, scotch tape, baling wires. They've reestablished themselves, put themselves together, and the Wheel of Fortune shows that you guys have come into each other's lives, or will very shortly. Definitely during Leo season, you guys will come into each other's lives on this one. All right, maybe you already have met online, or like the online dating comes through, maybe you're a mutual friend or a work associate, something. But you guys share the interest that'll keep the connection fun and exciting. Ace of Pentacles. This is the start of a future. When you're at the Ace of Pentacles, that's my favorite ace. That's the go point, okay? That shows there is protection behind her. And they've already been checking you out too, because that 9 of Wands, dude, all eyes are on you. Because the past people are checking you out, 9 of Wands. New person's checking you out, 9 of Wands. That 7 of Pentacles shows this can go the distance, though. I like that, okay? A lot in your life with this new person is going to change over the course of the next 7 weeks. And I'm not saying it's going to take that long for this to start, but it's going to begin like during Leo season. Mercury retrograde will be kind of epic, and then it'll build up over the next 7 weeks from that. I do see you guys doing something like traveling or closing if there's actually like an age difference. This one's on your level. The age difference don't matter. Could even just be a straight up height difference where like you like, yeah, I got to reach up really tall to kiss on Archer. But I do see a first kiss in your future, or an actual real 3D distance, that little things will happen to slowly move you guys closer together. Especially for a group of Aquarians, I'm seeing that like your lease might be coming due and you got your renewal notice, and then magically you decide that you're going to move to another one because the rent rate's going up when maintenance hasn't fixed the air conditioner and the smoke detector keeps beeping. That might be one that really resonates to a group of you guys, right? The beep, beep, and you're like, oh my word, really? So give me a little bit of an outcome on this one because I got repeating sevens too. You're going to be born on the 7th or the 9th. July 7th might be a date that resonates to you. The 1st, the 17th, the 27th comes out. But yeah, let's go forward. You either might be a life path number 7 or a 10. Give me a little bit on the 7 of Wands because let me see a 6 of Wands, please. The 2 of Swords. The Ace is that 3, 2, 1 lift off to the Emperor. And the Devil card's back. Really? This does show that this breaks the ties from the stuff that both you and them have had to walk away from, and you receive the rewards. Because normally in traditional Rider-Waite, the Devil card has the Emperor and the Empress chained up to it. But literally, look at how this works out here. In this card here, this Devil, this is Toby. He's all right. We didn't really pay much attention to him back in that lifetime. But this does show that, look, you broke free. The Emperor and the Empress are gone. This Devil card is looking down being like, where'd they go? Because you Ace of Swords, cut yourselves free in an Emperor energy. Boss up. Literally, here's the Emperor with the Ace of Swords running away from the Devil like, haha, can't catch me. So you guys have overcome that. And with the 2 of Swords, your person gets to do it too. 8 of Cups to the 3 of Pentacles. You do have some help behind the scenes putting all this together. And you might actually, something may happen to you on August 3rd, just before that new moon in Leo happens. That might be when the message comes in, or you get some kind of just one of them weird notifications, or your cell phone goes off with one of them weird alert thingy majiggies like Amber Alert or missing person found, or I don't know. But something like that. On August 3rd, heads up on that. That'll be an interesting date to pay attention to. That's what God's telling me. And I do what my boss tells me to. But I do see you guys overcoming the past, overcoming those Devil cards, and motivating yourself forward. Because before you go right to the whole, ooh, Devil card, scary. Remember, Jesus was a December 25th Capricorn, so they're not all that bad. They're the motivators. Those little billy goat legs get them to the top. You know what I mean? All right? You might even be a Capricorn Aquarius cusper, or you've got some strong Capricorn or Sagittarius in your chart that allows you to stay optimistic and keep moving forward. As an Emperor, you're bossing up on this. All right? Emperor to the Empress coming out, which is the definition of the lovers. But let's roll. All right, give me an outcome on this. And thank you guys for being here, too. You guys are awesome. The 10 of Swords, the 10 of Cups. Are we going to get all the 10s? That happened in Scorpio. 3 of Cups. King of Pentacles. I might be getting greedy. I don't know. Death card. No way. Are you kidding me? That was a 9 volt to the tongue. As I'm saying, it happened in Scorpio. The Death card's at the bottom of the deck. Scorpio. This shows somebody finally walked over, pushed the reset button, and rebooted your guys' connection. And this is where, whether you are dealing with a past person that you're curious of a return, or you are dealing with a new person, you guys have made it to the rewards that you seek with your blessings. The 10 of Swords is finally overcoming the stuff of the past, right? And not letting it carry you out, carrying forward into the 10 of Cups, that you can leave those past cycles behind and bring along the one on your mind, right? Maybe even a friend. I don't know. 3 of Cups. Somebody's helping get this going on. I'm looking at you. You're behind this. But it's in a good way, because the 3 of Cups in the Bible tarot is the wedding at Cana. All right? So this shows union the cards. Invite me to the wedding. I get really good gifts, okay? I don't mind being a part of it. But this lets you connect on a whole new level. 10 Cups to the 10 of Swords. That takes you to the King of Pentacles. Your work life balances out. Look at this is you. This is you getting that promotion. And your old boss is sitting there being like, that's fine. I'm done. I'm out. That sort of a thing. Yeah. Your work life and your love life balance out in this. Aquarius, you deserve this. It's been a long time coming for you guys. And this lets you come in correct for each other while taking full accountability for your actions too. Okay? This one here, you don't have to try to beat around the bush. They're not going to try to set you off. And you guys can actually take the time to learn to speak Aquarius. All right? Like on top of those other languages you might know if you're multilingual. But 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, whoa, to the Ace of Cups, repeating. Look at this, the 2 cards popping out at me even without my glasses on. Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the love and the passion. Going forward, it's not going to be boring. Literally, okay? And there's okay, I'm just going to, stop it. You're going to make a grown man blush. I'm putting the Ace of Wands down because there's a lot of passion on that card, okay? I cannot touch that card right now. But it's cool. It keeps things energized. Big time. Okay? And going forward, Aquarius, you got a fun reading here. You were then to be born on the 22nd or the 23rd because I've got repeating twos. Have you been noticing a lot of repeating twos in your pathways or even repeating like numbers in general? This does show that it's time to overcome the Two of Pentacles and leave behind the energies that are all like, well, I don't know what we should do. Just ride the week out and we'll figure it out later. That sort of thing. You're actually meeting the one that's like, let them keep thinking about themselves and we'll just keep going on and do our things together. It motivates you forward towards that union. Well, the path gets left behind to continue to just deal with it, basically. And you get your Ace of Cups. It's a fresh start, regardless of if you're an Aquarius dealing with the past person or an Aquarius dealing with the first person. And I'm seeing, look, did I not mention the feathers? Or you or them might even have a bird right there. You know what I mean? But that might be something that resonates to you. And I'm seeing an Aquarius that you do this, the love hearty. I don't know. I don't do it well. I'm a guy. But you might do that love hearty thingy with your hands. And that's showing that it's time. It's go point. Or you guys just have sign languages like it's time to steal first base or something. I don't know. Honorable mentions to Johnny Benchko, of course. But yeah, this is that start point to let you guys be on a much more funner, innocent level. And there is a little bit of, it's not a scary obsession, but it's the obsession in that you know they're not going to go anywhere, especially if they are in gift giving. Cancer energy, where like you don't have to worry that they're off. They're hanging out at home and you have time to have Aquarian time with your buddies without having to worry about them beating around the bush. They don't have a bunch of bot friends on Facebook. And like, this is the energy. The Ace of Cups is the one that leaves the phone face up. And when you're sitting there like, hey, your phone went off, you know, back in the past, they would like the past people, they would like maybe ran over the table here to like grab the phone and turn it over. This is the one going forward that when you're like, hey, your phone went off. They're like, oh, cool. Would you pick that up for me to see who it is? And you're kind of like, wait, what? Huh? Yeah, the password's 1, 2, 3, 4. Or even better, the password's your birthday. And you're like, oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the combination to my luggage. But yeah, that like there's no hidden energies. It's the Ace of Cups. It's real love. Ace of Cups is the real love in the tarot. That you go, and I do see a lot of those like gift givings and date nights, like where they just like, hey, I picked up food, and you're like, I didn't tell you if I was hungry or not. And they're like, I know, but it's Tuesday, so it's Taco Tuesday, and I brought this home. Grab the blanket, grab some Moose Tracks ice cream. That might be your favorite ice cream or something, Moose Tracks. But like, grab that up, and we're just gonna watch a movie tonight, hang out. And you guys still have the adventures to go out in the black dress and the red bottoms, or for the guys, the suit and ties. But it's not gonna be a boring connection. So yeah, welcome to the new Earth. You're literally setting the path and leading the way on this one. You could be dealing with a Cancer, could be a Capricorn, possibly a Taurus, a Virgo. You do have strong Cancer and Leo in this energy, which those two are never kind of far apart. Libra's hanging out here. Judgment is Scorpio. I see a lot of mutable energy too. Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. And there's some Taurus on the side hanging out too, along with Gemini if I didn't mention them yet. But yeah, claim this one. This is a, whoa, you made me work for it a little bit. And this card here, I cannot with you in this card. Just, I'm going to put that down there. But yeah, if you want, just claim it for the Ace of Wands alone, because that one got me blushing. But yeah, stop it. Aquarius, stop it. Okay. Or don't. Do you. I don't care. Here, we'll enjoy yourself. Okay, there we go. Leave a comment down below. Claim this. Let me know how it resonates. I appreciate you for just even taking time out of your day to leave the comment, let alone being here for me to talk about this for you. Yeah, we do treat the community post, the comment section like Facebook. It's judgment-free zone. We all interact and have a good time. I'm with Fantasia. Just claim the ace alone right there. You guys are the ones manifesting it, not me. I'm just the reader. I'm just the tour guide. I just work here. All right. But yeah, remember too, it'll resonate to any and all placements of Aquarius in your chart, because we're not just our Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, but all the parts of all our charts. I watch my Jupiter placement first, believe it or not. That's just a little bonus for y'all. But yeah, let's do some super chats. Let's go with the Bible Tarot. Let's grab my buddies here, okay? I know who the boss is. It's you. It's been you for many a times. All right, let's go for it. Thank you guys so much for being here too. I appreciate you. All right, now we're going to go from the general collective reading. Feel free if you just want to disconnect, say goodbye to adios. That's cool. I got it. Do you? But watch how these super chats tie into the reading, because if we do a collective reading, which is Google Earth view on y'all, Aquarius, this takes us down to Google Street View. You watch how these things connect to the reading. That's why I love doing it. And I don't do Patreons and bonus stuff. I ain't in for that stuff. All right. There we go. Let's go for it. All right, Angel Eyes. What's up, darling? What do I see for you in Cancer? A fifth date? Have you even had the fourth date? Are you a Cancer too? I love you, girl. You know I'm playing with you. All right. Do I see a 5th date soon? All right, give me a natural order of operations here. Let's do a little PEMDAS for Angel Eyes. Let's go. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Let's see what we got. The Empress. Oh, wow. Did God just put me in check? God's like, you hush when Angel Eyes asks the question. Yeah, I'm actually, okay, here's the next future 3 dates for you with the Empress. Would you be careful? Be careful on these dates, girl. Oh, my word. Page of Cups. Okay, here's your next 3. I got 3. Wow, God's really making me work for this one. 3 dates. Page of Cups. I do see a 5th date for you soon. Within the next 3 days, the next date in line will happen. The Page of Cups shows there's going to be one night that he falls asleep at your place. Okay, he might be gentlemanly and stay on the couch, or you guys fall asleep watching a movie, and then you do that really cute thing girls do, where like you slide out from under his arm, and then you put the blanket over him, and then you head off to your room. Wherever you do, your choice. I do see a date night here that will be that. Then you've got the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands shows you guys might actually go on a little weekend outing. Okay, that could be date number 6, possibly. I'm thinking date number 5 is to fall asleep. The most recent date in the next 3 days will be date number 4. Then you've got this camping outing or something, maybe in the fall hits or something. For some reason, I just saw the Sequoia Redwoods. You guys like literally might go on a trip. Kid you not? Okay, that's kind of cool. And then we have another date after that, which is the 9 of Cups. All right. Now, I'm seeing that before this point, have you already had your first kiss? Because literally, I just heard, don't ask, Arch. Don't ask, Arch. The 9 of Cups, though. By the time you hit date number 7, which he's a Cancer, so 7's a good number. I actually see a really solid commitment on about the 7th date. He's gonna lock you down. He's gonna call dibs, Kelsey Ballerini style, literally. So, girl, he's going to call dibs on your lips. Oh, this sound came out for you earlier, too. I think by the 7th date, I'm actually giving you a long-term play. The 7th date, you'll be into that. Man, that could be like, yeah, before Virgo season, you'll already have had 9 dates. This is going to start moving fast. You need to hang tight. Once a Cancerian opens up and starts loving, you in trouble. Nobody loves like a Cancer. Once you go crab, you don't go back. Okay? But I see this starting to move that by these 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. I see by the 7th date, he is going to ask you for a legitimate relationship, okay? All right. I see a camp outing. I see a movie night where he falls asleep on your couch. And then the 9 of Cups, you guys are, oh, I know what the 9 of Cups is. Angel Eyes, the 9 of Cups is where you guys, like, you're going to get your time. It's time to meet the friends. All right. He's going to be like, hey, there's a party that so-and-so, my best friend is having a cookout. You should come along. Heads up. Now, when a guy does this, okay, guys, I'm going to give the women a freebie on this one, okay? This is the girl's freebie. The same thing as like how, okay, guys, when a girl texts you, I'm hungry, that's woman code for ask them out to dinner or just pick them up some dinner, okay? Just so you know, just letting you know, all right? But now, okay, girls, for a guy, when a guy invites you to any event that his friends are at, this means more than when he invites the family. Like, they don't care about the family part. The family just does what the guy wants. But this is the friends. You're going to be on watch. Okay, Angel Eyes? All the friends are going to be judging you at this here, which I do believe will be your 7th date. Okay? Because they're actually running block for him a little bit. They're his stealth incognito crew, Men in Black style, that they're checking you out to make sure that like you're good and you're safe. You're going to take care of them, all that stuff. So I do see actually, yeah, by the time you get to date number 7, this is going to be where he reaches out, or not reaches out, but he just simply asks you. By this point, you guys are going to be up each other's pockets, so you're cool. But this will be where he's like, you want to come to a cookout at Joe's house type of a thing? And you'd be like, okay, every friend's going to be looking at you, then going behind over to him off to the side and be like, yeah, man, I like her. She's a keeper. Yeah. She got a sister? Yeah. That's that sort of thing, okay? It's the rite of passage for women. Honestly, full-fledged, a guy doesn't care what their family says so much, like, because it's just a thing, but their friends are the ones. And when the friends are like, yeah, you're in. So I see by the end of date number 7, you're in. Date number 5, he's going to fall asleep on the couch, but it's going to be the cute kind of fall asleep on the couch, okay? So I hope that helps. Now, Fantasia, what's up? Do I have any birthday messages from your person? I got one for me. Happy birthday. Okay, now, any messages from your person? Let's find out. 8 of Swords. The 5 of Swords. I don't see a direct message from him with that Tower card because he's still in having a bit of an ego trip. Now, the 5D, his subconscious, is kind of just following where his 3D takes him. Jonah and the whale shows up on the 8 of Swords. So what I'm seeing in that is his 5D is telling him to reach out. He's got to fight and overpower his free will to reach out. So let me see. 3 of Cups. Okay, here's what I see happening. I see him reaching out, but he's going to goober it just a little bit. It'll either be really late on the night of your birthday, because he'll have a 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords moment where he's like, oh, man, because he's going to be thinking about you, and he's going to be like, why am I thinking about her so much? Why am I thinking about Fantasia so much? What is... And all of a sudden, last minute, he'll see something online or something where it's your birthday. He's like, oh, no. And then he'll reach out. So it's either going to be really late on the evening of your birthday, or it's going to be within a day or two after that, and he's going to try to play the, oh, happy belated birthday, I'm so sorry. But I don't see it being like right at your birth time, but actually it will be a catalyst to help make it come out a little faster. Now, the birthday message from him, aside from the fact that he'll play it off that way, Queen of Pentacles is a devil card. Just know that his reaching out, that's God letting you know that he is actually doing the work to break his ties and come back in a Queen of Pentacles. So on this Tower card, I do see him doing some rebuilds so that he's going through like a system restore on his brain, that he is coming in a much more mature energy. So I do see that when he does reach out to you, the message behind the scenes, just so you know, is that he actually is doing some work. He has changed and he's more mature. Okay. So I hope that helps. And I'm going to do everything I can to man, patience is a virtue. But I'm going to do everything I can in the energies to get him to show up on time for you. Okay, he needs to text you a happy birthday. All right, so I hope that helps. All right, girl, I love you too. All right, will Victor make his move this weekend? Let's find out. Jamie, will Victor make a move this weekend? Here we go. 4 of Wands. Boom. To the Chariot. Mic drop. Archer out. Yeah. Yeah. You will get some kind of something that involves him this weekend. You're going to get an intuitive hit like crazy, okay? It might even start, you wake up like Saturday or Sunday morning, okay? And you're just like, man, I know it. I just know it. I just know it's going to happen. Literally, as you say that, you're manifesting it. The Chariot to the 4 of Wands are the rewards for your twin flame to show up. Yeah. The only thing that may stop this at this point would be the Devil card, which is his own free will, or if there's kids involved, the kids will get in the way. However, the Ace of Wands is here that tied into the Aquarius reading, so I'm going to stop talking about the he won'ts and let you know that he totally will, okay? It's kind of just a more like, what are you going to do when he does? All right? He's going to make his move this weekend. What are you going to do? All right? We're going to stay positive on it because that's the direction it's heading. 4 of Wands to the Chariot. 2 yes cards, including 1 twin flame card, along with a really fast-moving car. All right? So hope that helps, girl. Definitely let us know Monday how it goes, okay? All right, Miracle Moon. Should you continue with your Cancer Leo? So he told you those two are never far apart. Should I continue with my Cancer Leo man or my new Capricorn Pisces man? All right, let's find out. You're a Cancer in 5 placements. That's a lot of crab. What up, girl? I love it. That's actually, you got a good chart. You got a really good chart. All that Cancer, you can't help but love people. I love that. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Okay, what's up? Deck got a little hairy carry. The Emperor. The Knight of Swords. On the King of Wands. And the 6 of Wands underneath the deck. All right, here's what I heard, okay? Is that I heard right out of the gate, the Emperor gave me some Aries, Aquarius energy, and double confirmation on the Aries. Now, here's the reason that I'm going in this direction, is that the answer with the Emperor, Daddy's being home, is telling me this, the Emperor would play the long game with the Knight of Swords, playing a little chess. So what I'm hearing off of this is cardinal energy, double cards of cardinal sign. Aries is the cardinal fire sign. Cancer is the cardinal water sign. So what I'm seeing here is at the moment is that now, if Cancer Leo has been Cancer quiet, stuck in their crab shell, there's no reason you have to say anything to them because they've already made their choice to stay quiet. And you are more than welcome. God has given you the okay and the Emperor energy to take your power and stay in control. You are more than welcome to pursue Capricorn Pisces man, okay? The King of Wands, okay? Because for all we know, the 6 of Wands victory is still in the energies, okay? There's Caitlin Petty showing up. There's your victory, rebuilding Jericho. The victory's there, and you don't know if you don't try. So if Cancer Leo is completely mute, Casper the Silent Ghost, then, and you have no honest commitments, right? No ring on your finger. You're not in separation. There's still a ring. You know, follow the 7 sins. You know, if you're married, you're married. But if you are dealing with Casper the Silent Ghost and there is nothing locked down, there is nothing wrong with being an emperor and weighing out your options. For all you know, Capricorn Pisces man might make you forget Cancer Leo man, because Cancer Leo man is probably fighting in his own head like the kids in the back seat of a station wagon on the way to Wally World. I digress. But we got on the 6 of Wands here that you have a victory either way, because I see there's 2 ways this will play out. Because remember, God doesn't have a concept of time. It's everything's already written in stone. Well, in the energy. But what I'm seeing here off of this is that the 2 ways this could play out, you will actually totally love your new Capricorn Pisces man, and you won't even consider Cancer Leo anymore. They'll leave them behind fighting with themselves in his head. Okay? But also, Capricorn Pisces man might not meet all the clicks and all the standards. You can be like, look, I thank you for the opportunity. I just don't feel like it's working. I fear I can bring no more to this connection, but thank you so much. Just as long as you don't go ghost and you're upfront and emperor style about your communications, that leaves the door open. Now, in your true heart, if you wake up in the mornings, okay, 6 of Wands, if you're 6 of Wands, that moment, the first heartbeat you feel when you awake, if it still says Cancer Leo, that's where your true heart is. You stick with that manifestation. However, if you're open and Capricorn shows up there, there's nothing wrong with exploring the options so long as you are not in any lockdown commitment that doesn't result in cheating on anybody, okay? So I do hope that helps, and thank you so much, too. Either way, here's the best part about you. With all that Cancer cardinal energy, to Empress, you can't make a wrong decision. Whatever decision you make was divinely guided, okay? And all the decisions are already written into the energy. It just depends on which timeline you want to hop into. All right, a lot of cardinal placements though, so I do see some powerful energy for you. Your decision, you got the power on this one. You're the prize. Okay. All right, Metal Chick, what's up, boo? What's up, my lovely Leo? What you doing? What does Chris think about you? He works across the parking lot for me. I hope he's got a building. Oh, that was a really bad joke. Anyways, he works across the parking lot from you, and he's super cute and mysterious. Ooh, I like mysterious. Ooh. Okay, let's find out. You had me at hello, mysterious. Has he got a sister? No. Just kidding. All right, let's see. What does Chris... Focus, Archer. What does Chris think about me? He works across the parking lot. All right, give me a little couple cards. What does Chris think? Let's see. The World card at 2:22 Eastern Time. My computer says 2:22. To the High Priest and the King of Swords and the... Oh, my gosh. And the Empress. He's got some feelings for you. He is worth pursuing. Straight up. The World card. He's been checking you out. So you've already busted him checking you out a few times. High Priest, right? You've already been like, yeah, he's watching me. He's watching me over there. You know, did he do that little thing from across the parking lot? Like, did he do that stuff? I guarantee he does it. I know. But yeah, the High Priest to the King of Swords, he's got some feels for you. He is totally open to talking where you can actually find out what's going on. Without a doubt, the World card, he's a good move. Without a doubt, this dude's got himself in perspective. You got some long-term possibility once he opens up, you know. And with that King of Swords, there's no wrong telling me he's super cute too. Be your bad self with that one, okay? No, I think you're good. Yeah, the High Priest. He's not only is he super cute, but he's smart. He got a brain in his head. The World card, he's been on some adventures. He's not quiet off. Like, he's not gonna be like, what do you do for fun? I sit on the couch and look at my phone. He's not gonna be like that. He's got some cool stuff going on. Empress, yeah. All right. Heads up, he might have kids. If you don't care about that, then you're good to go. But he might have kids with the Empress. Okay, he might be like a divorcee or a broken up dude. But I see he's single. But there just might be kids involved. But just double check. And if you don't care about the kids part thing, and you're like, I totally like people with kids, go with it. Whatever it is, roll with it. Okay. All right, so I do hope that helps. All right, Kay Lambert, thank you for the super chat. Welcome for being here. All right, will Jay reach out this week? Oh, again this week. Okay. All right, will Jay reach out this week because you're upset, and what is his real thoughts and feelings towards you? Okay, let's find out. And I got a feeling you're American, so that doesn't mean you're drunk. You're mad. All right, let's see what Gemini did. What did Gemini do? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think he's going to. The 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, low. So he's going to reach out, right? But he's going to play like nothing's wrong. He's going to play like he doesn't know that like anything is going on, right? He's going to be very Nine of Pentacles, very about himself. The High Priest, he's going to try to hide the World's card. Well, the King of Swords showed back up. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's literally the same reading metal chick. So, you still do find him super cute in that case too. The cards have shown back up. Here's the thing. I do see him reaching out, and I do see him being a safe to proceed type of an energy that are going on. His real thoughts and feelings are very similar to the thoughts and feelings that Metal Chick was having with her across the parking lot, love. That I do see actually that his feelings for you are that he still finds you super cute. He just likes the way you look. Like you make him feel comfy. He's like, she's good looking, she's cool. And you've also got this ability to get into his mind. However, what I'm seeing on it is that like the mysterious factor comes in, where he's not going to direct out, hey, sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. He's going to play like, why are you upset? What is your problem? So don't let that fuel more into the fire. Kind of stay in the law of correspondence and just understand that it's his way of it is his way of apologizing. So don't throw his words back at him, but just, you could even be like, is that an apology? And he'll be like, I didn't know I had to apologize. You're like, well, yeah, this is what you did. It kind of upset me. Oh, I'm sorry. Work gets to be a lot. I fall asleep with the phone in my hand. I mean, I'll try harder. And you can be like, that's all I ask. Then I'll try not to get mad. And he'll be like, okay. And I think it'll actually help open the door for some more communication, because that Wheel of Fortune, you watch. The Eight of Wands is going to become the card for August. So it's going to be a lot of clear ways. The Cancer season did the hard work of getting the planets lined up, getting everybody nostalgic and fourth house and feeling reflective. Now Leo's coming in with the rolling pin to be like, okay, guys, let's get the heart going. Let's do this. You know, like the Leos are basically like the gym trainers of the Zodiac. I mean, come on, guys, let's all love. So it'll work. But in his Gemini energy, he's going to approach it from a perspective that you are kind of like, this is the lamest apology in my life. But believe it or not, he's giving his all to it. Okay, it's just speaking Gemini. All right, so I do hope that helps. All right, general love from Misty Moon. What up, Misty Moon? Give me whatever comes out. Give me a little bit of like a 5-day forecast, all right? I always wanted to be a meteorologist. That was my favorite thing. Ooh, 3 cups. I like that. Literally the wedding at Cana. All right, so that's the energies. I always wanted to be a weatherman. When everybody else was picking out Wheel of Fortune too. When everybody else was picking out they want to be doctors and lawyers and firefighters, I was like, I want to stand in front of a weather map on TV. 3 of Cups, so the Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Cups. Wow, general love for you shows that this has been a very slow-moving connection with the Knight of Pentacles. Jacob, waiting for, does the name Jacob resonate to you, Misty? But I actually do see here that somebody is coming in, they're younger than you, and with the 3 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles, it's a past person. Are there kids involved with the person on your mind from the past, Misty Love? Because I see them reapproaching, and something that's taken them a long time to get in, with an apology that sets the groundwork for your future that does wind up and result in a marriage or a remarriage. If you've been divorced from this person or already are divorced, I do see union coming in. And I know every tarot reader uses union. Straight up, I see a marriage in your future off of this one. The one that has taken forever, and with that 4 of Pentacles, the one that you're like Archer, not a chance, never coming back. It ties to the Aquarius reading that I actually see heads up that, yeah, when you least suspect it, it's there. That they'll reach back out to you. 3 of Cups shows this connection isn't over between the two of you guys. They just been moving really slow to return. But then they, like, the Knight of Pentacles does finally get the Ace of Pentacles there. So, boom, it's showing up. Exactly. Landon gets it. I get it too, though. I'm totally okay with that. I understand it. I've had Gemini friends I'm like, just give me the cash. That counts. I don't need the I'm sorry. Cash is king. That's fine. Throw me $5 and I forgive you. Stop it. Landon and I are not picking on Gemini. Even Gemini is like, I'm down with that. That's fine. I'm cool. $5. That's cheaper than last time. Right? Once you know how to speak Gemini, Geminis are awesome. Okay. Signs and Sinks. What is up? Yay, caught the live. Oh, yay. Thanks for being here. All right. Hi, Archer. Beautiful Mod Squad. Hi, Signs and Sinks. I hope you have a good weekend. TGIF. Thank goodness it's Friday. All right. Weekend vibes. Weekend vibes. Give me a little 5-day forecast for Signs and Sinks. What do we got? What we got? And thank you and Rhonda. Thank you guys for the donations. Oh my goodness, you guys are generous. Hangman, Page of Wands. Are you considering going to a concert or something, but it's a long drive or something? Or it's just like a little cover band or I don't know what. Because I'm seeing here that like you have been stalling on an idea, okay? You've been stalling on an idea that you should go to straight up. Like being like, I don't know, Archer, I'm not feeling like it. I don't really want to talk to them, or I'm not much in an interaction type of thing. I think you should go. The Hangman 5-day forecast shows that you've got something that involves a concert of some kind that you should definitely check it out, because you'll actually have a really good time and you might actually fall for somebody. A little bit of patience while you're waiting for stuff to work out with the one on your mind. Oh, dude, is he gonna be there? Chariot card, I mean, that could be there. Hermit card. He might actually. Oh, I think it's actually a mutual friend that'll invite you to do something, and you guys will wind up talking about the person on your mind. And then when you guys leave this concert or this event, whatever it is, it could just be like a tribute band or something. I don't know. But when you guys leave the concert after you have talked about the person that's on your mind for like an hour and a half, guess what? They're going to go word vomit to the person on your mind. And that's actually the catalyst that's going to start things moving. That's like the definition of the Three of Cups energy. There's a little bit of a third party energy that comes in to be like, oh my gosh, Signs and Things talked about you the whole time. They love you. What in the world's going on? Why aren't you guys talking anymore? Well, I don't know. I've kind of missed Signs and Things. I just thought Signs and Things was over it. And then your friend's like, they are in no way over it. It's actually the catalyst that starts the reunion for you. So that's kind of cool. So, yeah, definitely go have a fun time. Give me a t-shirt. I like t-shirts. Okay. Bonus points for autographed t-shirts. I have one autographed t-shirt, and that's my favorite t-shirt. Ace of Cups. Rhonda, you got an Ace of Cups on the Emperor. Daddy's home. Have you been considering somebody new? Hold on. Three of Cups. No. You are actually wondering about, okay, the past person, the one that's been on your mind, literally, this is the one that brought you to tarot, Rhonda. They're coming approaching with a new offer because they've matured. They were rather immature. They were a player, a lot of in and out energy. This was the one that always told you I wasn't ready for a commitment. I told you I'm scared of commitment. I don't even know yet. What if we go off on our own separate ways and do some dating and this and that? And you're like, wait, what? This is all crazy. This person is emperored up. They've matured. They've been through some life experiences, and they're coming back. They're back. Ace of Cups to the Three of Cups. And this time, I don't know why this just turned into like a movie promo, but Ace of Cups to the Three of Cups. They're coming back, and this time they mean business. That sort of a thing, right? Three of Cups. You're going to wind up marrying this person, the one in your mind, the one that brought you to tarot in the first place. You are going to wind up marrying this person because they finally matured up, and they did realize, oh my gosh, I totally did want a commitment with Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Oh my gosh, yeah. I know that's probably the oldest thing you've heard a million times over, but literally, they cannot listen to Help Me, Rhonda on their side of the fence with like, help me, Rhonda, get her out of my heart. They can't get you out of their heart. They're cooked. They're coming back. All right. So I hope that helps. And thank you for the generous donation. You guys are super awesome and super generous. All right. So thank you all very much. I appreciate you for taking time out of your day to be here. Thank you, Aquarius, for letting me read your life, your love, and your energy. And thank you, God, for the messages for Aquarius. As always, we are truly grateful. And remember, if you want to book a personal reading, email me at archerastrology@gmail.com. You can select from either the Zoom one-on-one or the YouTube private reading link. Otherwise, I'll see you in a little bit for the All Signs every Friday night at 5 p.m. Eastern. Come on back and hang out with me and the OG Mod Squad. And thank you, mods. I love you guys. Until next time, I'll see you then. Namaste. Peace and love. Archer out. Yeah, Chariot. Love you, Aqua. I'll see you later.